Okay, pass out.
Oh.
I've got the gun.
Line, you got the back?
Tripod.
Are you clear?
Yeah, clear.
Lift off now, good luck.
My inventory still has a gun bag in it.
I'll check, there's still a gun bag in there.
There was 2 in there.
Rog, so you can go, there were
No,
there's only
one tripod.
Step clear.
Yeah, there was 1 tripod and 2 gun bags. I've got the gun bag, you've got the tripod sorted.
Okay, boys, pull the gun bags down, leave your rucks, pull the gun bags down to where I am now. Long range arc, can you hear me?
Copy.
And Torstein.
Can you?
Right, gents, just get the gun bags up behind the rock. And what I want to do is push slowly forward, real slow. Lion on my right. Sorry, Angel on my right, Lion on my left. We're just going to push slowly forward. Arrowhead, I'll go slightly forward. I just want to see what we got down.
Just going back to the rook.
Nice one. So in that case, you hold at the rock when you come up. I'll push slowly forward. Got eyes on. We'll give you some target information in the next 2 or 3 minutes. They know we're about. They know we're about. May have heard the helo. Okay, Art, you hear me?
Go ahead.
Yeah, possible mortar pit down there. At least 1 Humvee. Okay, I'll call it in as I see it. I'll mark it up when I can. I'll call it in just in case we start taking fire.
Copy.
Yep.
Yeah, I want you on this rock laid down, just scouting, observing. I want you on this right hand side so you cover east and Lion, I want you to push to the north, get behind the rock and get eyes on. I'm going to move slightly forward of you guys by the... They've got a mortar, so if there are rounds incoming, we drop back, regardless of who's here, we drop back to the western side of that compound.
Okay.
There's shitloads of them and they all seem to be alert.
None of us are to engage. Right, Angel, can you see that mortar pit?
Go, go, go.
Oh, yeah.
You need to use
Yeah,
the radio. You got it, yeah?
Someone behind the curved sandbag wall.
Yeah, I think so. You get your eyes on that. Lion, have you got a view on anything at all?
Got the guy on a tower by the mortar pit. On the tower as well. I have a big tower.
Yeah, we got a lot of towers.
Okay, tell it we're down.
Rog, get yourself shaken out. Hold position for the moment.
Down. Two there.
I'll just come back to you on that. I think it's 600 meters.
Okay, we're ready to move.
650, 700.
Yeah, I'm about 650.
Okay, gents, can you move up to the marks given? Nice and slow. Push up there. For the record, we have 1 Humvee with a 50 cal on, roughly to be marked short.
On the rock I could rest on. So.
We've also got a mortar pit down there. I'm going to mark the mortar and the Humvee up now. There's also a series of towers.
Should we bring up the gun or something? Mount
Where's
it
the
up?
red's moving?
Lion, do you reckon if you get the gun up there, is there a rock near you?
Yeah, there was a rock here.
Okay, if you can slowly take your time, get the gun set up at the rock. Just basically, we're going to use the gun to take on the towers, I think, the tall towers. Okay, Angel.
Yep.
Can you try and mark on the map that mortar pit?
Can do.
If it looks like anyone's going to it and firing, I want you to slot the blokes in it. Mortar pit's going to be marked on
Can you
short.
move a mounted weapon?
Now you have to drop your bag and then bring up the tripod and put the two bags near each other, and then you can assemble them. Tell me when it's marked, Angel.
Marked.
Okay, mortar position marked rough. For your info, they're alert, they're alert. Tell me when both of your teams are in those two marks. Okay, Angel.
Yep.
We'll just move to we got eyes on.
Can you mark up the rough position of the Humvee? There's also a technical, mate. I can see it perched on the rocks.
I don't have eyes on the technical.
About 110 from my position. You see that right hand tower?
Yep.
If you come sort of back from that diagonally to the rocks.
Yeah, it's obscured by trees from here.
Arc, torch.
Good.
Yeah, we got a mortar, we got one technical, and we've got a 50 cal mounted techie on top of the rock.
I've got us on a ton of infantry from here.
Marked on beat.
Gun is set up.
Nice.
I'm gonna get my medic bag. So. You can drag it and such in with the interaction menu.
State of play at the moment, we've got a Hummer, weapon system facing your direction. Mortar pit.
Or the interact other.
Mortar pit's been covered by Angel with a sniper rifle. There's a technical on the rocks. We've got a series of towers. Let me know when both your teams are laid down, in position, got eyes on.
Red's in position.
Okay, Torstein, have you got cover there?
Negative.
Have you got eyes on though?
Very much.
Arc. Yeah, but if you put fire on Torstein, can you then drop back down the slope into cover?
We could probably move back northeast.
I'd do that so you're in a position where you can overlook the objective, put fire on if need be, and then if you take fire, pull back behind the slope into cover. Same for you, Arc. Get yourself into a nice position where you can get an eyes on, but if you put fire on and you need to pull back into cover, you can do so.
Yep, we got good eyes on. We'll start setting up.
Okay, what I want both of you to do is, I've identified a mortar pit and a technical and a Humvee. I want you to start scanning for any other heavy weapon systems like in place 50 cals vehicles or any other mortars before we do anything. Okay, Angel, are you in a position that you can take those guys out and then roll into cover behind the rock?
Yeah, well, I'm in front of the rock, but yeah.
Yeah, you need to get yourself so you can do that easy, because there are 50 cals down there. Once they start firing, we're screwed. Right, look.
No.
Is that 50 cal in a secure position?
I compare between these rocks with this, so.
Hold on, I'm going to come back.
Yeah, in position.
So Lion, are you confident you
Right,
can...
Tally.
Yeah, 30 seconds. Lion, are you confident you can put some suppression on with that 50 cal?
Yeah, should be doable.
Can you see that technical on the rocks, mate?
Oh, yeah.
Right, okay. If and when we open fire, that technical is the thing you do. What we'll do is we'll do it coordinated. Basically, you go for the technical, put some rounds into it, then roll into cover, get off the weapon system, just stay in cover. Angel, you put some guys in, take out the guys on the mortar, get into cover. If we do anything, I'm going to basically pop it all off with an AT4 into one of the towers, mate. For the moment, hold.
Right.
Oh, go.
Right, our main concern at this point is that if we engage them from here, it's like 600-700 meters out.
I'll just
We'll be able to
set
suppress
the
them
range for the
effectively
weapon.
enough, but we'll probably not be able to actually kill anything.
Yeah, I know. What we're going to do is we're going to try and bait them, mate. What I'm going to do is going to use the marksman to take on the
The guy
mortar
down there
pit.
seems to have an RPG on his shoulder. Though.
Yeah, yellow, hold for the moment. So what I'll do is get the marksman to take out the mortar pit. I'll get our 50 cal to take on the technical on the rocks. I'll put an AT4 into one of the towers. We'll just see what the reaction is, and then we'll just start putting rounds in nice and slow, try and draw them our way, and then we'll see what the reaction is in terms of you guys, and take it from there. Obviously, if we're then in a position where they switch and they start advancing up the hill to us, it may be a case that you can bounce one of your guys forward to that bunker. Can you see it?
Is that on the south-southeastern edge?
I can see it from here. Yeah, there is a bunker. If you can get one of your teams there, that would be great. So Torstein or between you, one of your teams is going to have to move to that. I'm thinking when we start putting suppression on, that's when one of the teams moves. You hold one of your teams back. Happy with that?
Yeah. The issue is really the heavy weapons. If they engage us at this range, we don't really have any answer to that.
That's what we're going to try and deal with. Okay, so like I say, we'll take out the technical, the mortar, and then try and suppress that Hummer, and then we'll see what